Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry it's been a while. It's virtually a week now since I last spoke to you. I just wanted to touch base and thank everybody for all the likes and the sharing and the comments and messages and things. At the end of the day, it's not about me. This is all I'm doing is just sharing my journey. And it's really great that that this video is speaking to others out there, and it just shows how awesome God is because when we think we're in these depths of despair and nobody's hearing, he still does hear, and it's amazing that he can, still give a message to us through, listening to somebody else's, input. So I just want to take this moment to just say, a big thank you, and, just keep liking and sharing. You just don't know who needs to hear any messages, and who you could even start doing it as well, documenting how your journey is going, because you just don't know who it's going to impact. And today I just wanted to touch on Jeremiah 17:7, where it says, blessed are those whose hope and confidence is in the Lord. They will be like trees along the riverbanks, and the drought won't affect them, and their leaves will stay forever green. And I think that's just such another awesome visual of what God is doing and what he expects of us. If you look at yourself, if you keep yourself rooted in him, and your hope is in him, and your confidence is in him, it brings about a peace as well. And I know that in Psalm 65:2, I think it talks about how you have the peace, and that everything is well. And it just brings to mind the song that I think it was Hobart Spafford wrote after he lost his family while they were on a mission on a ship. It was years back. I think it was in 1860 something. They were on a mission overseas, and the ship sank, and he lost his wife and his 4 daughters. And he wrote that song, It Is Well With My Soul, just after that. And I really believe that we need to just keep rooted in God, and he's our confidence and he's our strength, and ultimately he gives us and restores the peace that we need in order to cope with our everyday lives and just to carry on. So I just wanted to uplift you, and just help to spur you on. And I know it's really difficult for some people out there right now, and I've been there, and some, I'm not saying we won't be in a moment again. I pray to God that we don't, but life has its challenges and its trials, and it's just how you stand through the trial, and after the trial, is your faith stronger? Have you grown? And I know that's not your ultimate thought while you're going through that process, but it's just to know that you need to stay rooted in God, and you need to keep that hope and confidence in him, because if you do that, he will help you through it. And I just really feel that is with all that's going on in the world, that people have lost sight of who God is, and they're so busy relying on their own strength and confidence in themselves, and they're relying on on other things that are not as important. And I just really feel that if people had a belief and a faith system in who our God is, then they're unstoppable, because if God opens doors that no man can shut, then I don't see why we can't walk through them in hope and confidence. And if he's made a way for us, then there's no way that any man can stand in that way. And if we're following his journey for our lives, and if we're seeking his kingdom, and if we're seeking his guidance and his counsel, you can't possibly go wrong. And yes, I understand the wheels can fall off. And you know what? That's what's so awesome about God, is that there's no judgment on that. There's no holding you to ransom for that. There's no cancellation of the contract because you've breached the terms and conditions. God doesn't work like that. And that's what's just so awesome, is that you can come back to him and you can say, look, the wheels have completely fallen off. I feel so hopeless. I feel completely like I failed. I feel like everything that we start just falls to pieces. You know, we've been there, we've done that, and we've got a couple of the t-shirts. And that's what made God so awesome, is that he just, it doesn't bother him. It's like the prodigal son. You just come back and you ask for forgiveness, and you know, you start with a clean slate. And that is that's just who God is. That's what makes him who he is. And if you just, you know, just seek him. And you know, sometimes when you don't feel like talking to him, that's okay, because he understands. And it's just a process of just quietening your soul and quietening your mind and just sitting still and just being quiet and listening for him. And sometimes even just crying in his presence is enough. And I still maintain that singing praise and worship, as much as you don't feel like it, you just put it on, and it's scripture that speaks to your very soul. You are then you're filling up your cup, and you know your cup does reach empty. Sometimes our cups are so broken, and sometimes our cups are so cracked, but that's okay, because God is the author and the finisher. You know, you just have to like reach in towards him, just really lean into him, and he will make the broken vessels new. And you know, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube, go onto the apps that are on the smartphones these days. You know, just find praise and worship. If you don't know what to look for, just look up names of songs or words from songs that you know. Look up scriptures that can be played through, and you just fill your cup with that. So on that note, I want to wish you a lovely Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I've been working on another topic that I want to, you know, bring to you and discuss with you tomorrow. And yeah, just keep the likes and the sharing going. Drop me messages if you want prayer. Just, you know, say, Karen, pray for me. You don't need to, you know, give me details. That's irrelevant. God needs to know if I just include you in my prayer. Yeah, and you know, just keep going, guys. Make sure that your hope and your confidence is in the Lord, and then you will be like the tree that's been planted by the riverbanks. And I'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye.